I'm sorry, guys, the video kind of cut out. I had an alarm go off on my iPod, and when I pressed stop, it discontinued the video, so this is part two. But anyways, as I was saying, no candidate is perfect that's running for president. And the thing is, you know, a lot of these people that are attacking Cruz and are supporting Donald Trump are never talking about his record. And Cruz is consistently talking about Donald Trump's record and how he's really unfit to go up against Hillary Clinton. Because what is he going to say? Oh, Hillary Clinton, you shouldn't have done this, or you're bad, or whatever. When Hillary Clinton can come right back at him and say, well, you supported me, Donald Trump. You said that I was a great person, Donald Trump can't say anything back to that because the evidence is out there for everyone to see. You can watch him say that stuff in his own words from videos over the years. So he's got to give an account for all of that, and that's not going to be good for him winning over Hillary Clinton. So that is a real problem. I also like how Ted Cruz is very upfront about his goals and what he wants to accomplish, whereas Donald Trump is kind of like wish-washy here and there, and he doesn't really seem to be sure, and when people ask him like point-blank questions, he kind of, walks around the fence, if you will. He won't give you like a straightforward, like, I will end Obamacare, I will abolish the IRS. As far as I understand, Donald Trump doesn't want to abolish the IRS. But Ted Cruz talks about how he wants to eliminate the Department of Education and all these other things. And another thing that is troublesome to me that I wish people would realize that watch Alex Jones or InfoWars and all this stuff. Here's the thing. On InfoWars, they were big-time supporters of Rand Paul and Ron Paul. Yet when Ron Paul was running, Ron Paul and Rand both endorsed Ted Cruz and said great things about him. And he's not a globalist and all this stuff. And now all of a sudden they're against him now? Give me a break. So, that's another obvious thing to look at. So, I think it's very unfair what's going on here. And, and then I was amazed about Ben Carson endorsing Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong, Ben Carson seems to be a really nice guy. And I'm not even going to question, the fact that he might not really be Christian or not. That's besides the point, I guess. I think Ben Carson's intention is that he doesn't want to see this country be run by Hillary Clinton because he knows that Hillary Clinton would appoint really terrible Supreme Court justices that would effectively pretty much destroy our country. And yes, it would be like a second Obama president. So, if it comes down to it, Trump is better than Hillary. Probably. More than likely, yes. So, yeah, you definitely would go with Trump over Hillary, and I can understand that. And he probably just thinks, well, he probably has a greater chance of becoming president. Who knows? But there was a thing about how, well, maybe he didn't get behind Ted Cruz because of that whole thing about him stealing votes and whatever, which has also been disproved. It was really CNN's fault for not releasing a full story. He said that was no deciding factor for him to not get behind Ted Cruz. He had other reasons for wanting to get behind Donald Trump. So, and he also said that whoever the nominee is, he will support. So, I'm just actually happy, though, that Ted Cruz is still being consistent with what he's saying. I'm happy that he's continuing to fight for, our liberty and the Bill of Rights, Constitution, all this stuff. This is the same kind of stuff that, a few years ago or whatever, I was making videos about Ron Paul. And, there's video on YouTube where Ron Paul and Rand Paul and Ted Cruz are having like a rally together, and they're all like best buds and friends. And now all of a sudden, Ron Paul says, well, he's not a libertarian. He doesn't believe in the Constitution. Give me a break. Give me a break. You know, I'm speaking like Donald Trump. Give me a break. Give me a break. You know, this is ridiculous. Clearly, you can see in his record, go on Ted Cruz Senate voting record or whatever website, and you can actually see all the terrible bills that Ted Cruz has basically vetoed that would hurt our constitutional liberties and stuff. So he's acted right. He's acted good, and he's fighting for the good of the people. And he's absolutely right about Donald Trump's rallies when he asks his people to pledge allegiance and to pledge that they will vote for him. It's not supposed to be that way. As Cruz says, when you're running for president, it's like a job interview, and you're supposed to pledge your support to the people, not the other way around. You know, there's so many things, and then Donald Trump encourages people, like, hitting them in the face, and that's why that riot thing happened. Well, it wasn't totally the reason. A lot of people are angry, and it isn't Donald Trump's fault per se, but, you know, he should be encouraging a better environment and not using so much hatred and insults and anger to get people upset. So Cruz is right about that as well. And maybe Trump, you know, and his team should take some advice from the Cruz campaign. You know, it seems like Trump does things that actually are hurting his campaign, if anything. And that's not good either, because we don't want Hillary to win. And maybe the media likes Trump so much because they know that he will lose against Hillary. You know, this is a lot of stuff that maybe InfoWars and all these other news outlets on YouTube and whatever aren't reporting. And another thing to note is that almost on every single Ted Cruz video, he gets like hundreds of dislikes with only a few likes, which is ridiculous because he's supporting and fighting for the Constitution and for us, the people. And his record proves it. And all these other accusations against him have been debunked. And if people want to see that, I'll more than gladly email you or, you know, show you. I'll put the link actually of that website in the description box so you can read that. But yeah, who knows? But, you know, I think the bottom line of it comes down to the fact that maybe Ted Cruz is actually a real Christian and he actually means what he says. And people in this country don't really want a Christian president. They don't want to return to our Judeo-Christian principles and roots. They would rather continue with their gay marriage, with their abortion, and with all their corruption and all that stuff. So I think in a lot of ways, that's why Ted Cruz gets so much dislike and hatred, because of what he stands for. And you know what? That's another proof that he's real, because if you don't have enemies, then there's something not right there. You know, if you're fighting against the corruption and the craziness and all that, you're definitely supposed to have enemies. And he has a lot of enemies. A lot of people don't like him, and it's because of what he stands for and what he's fighting for. So if you like this video, please like, please subscribe, and I hope all of you continue to pray for all of the leaders, everybody that's running, and just pray that God will help this country, okay? So with that, see you later.